Greetings, fellow traders. Bubble here. It's time for the Lunchtime Market Update for Wednesday, July the 29th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we are at the market here today. So SPX, working its way up a little bit here, kind of reclaiming yesterday's range, right? Up 29 points here today. Weekly chart, still an inside week. Daily chart, okay, it's kind of working its way up here off the ADMA, trying to get back above the upper trend line. And, of course, today is Fed Day, which is coming up at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, and 2:30 is the press conference. So let's see if we can get any action out of that today. We've also got big tech sitting on the hill today. I don't know, I'm trying to talk about, why they're so big. And, yeah, so we got Apple and Amazon earnings coming up here tomorrow, and Google's coming up, and Facebook and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's going to be... it's pretty interesting here. So let's see if the Fed gives us any sort of direction here today. Let's take a look at the SPY. Okay, so SPY really super low volume here today, but we'll see if that picks up here after the Fed. We've had a nice little melt up here this morning. It looks like a huge move today, but really a lot of decreasing volume. A couple little spikes right here, but it's funny, after the spike, right, we get a big drift back, right, but then that becomes viable and gets a move right here. So really, the chart looks good, but it's been really tricky action with the low volume on it today. So we've got that going on. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. So the S&P futures, pretty cool stuff. I mean, just kind of scalping things right here. We had our signal zone right here. We couldn't get above it earlier, so it gave a nice pop to the bottom of the signal zone. Again, got really congested right here, kind of basically like a fresh, rally-based rally zone right here, and we rallied off of that here over the signal zone now. So probably going to see a little bit of chop here before the Fed, or before he goes live, right? He's still hitting that buy button. So let's see if he gets up here. Major level up here at this 32, about 32. Let's just get the exact level right here. 32.4675, so that's kind of a little bit of resistance over there. So see how that holds, if they get a push after the Fed today. So MES, same stuff, right? So we've got prior channel from the other day, right? We're holding this channel right here, right? So see how that channel's up right here, and then kind of working on this bump line right here on this. Let's say with the Qs here this morning. So the Q is pretty interesting. I think there's like a tech they delayed the FANG meeting on the Hill, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because they're a tech company and couldn't there was technical difficulties, right? The market, the Nasdaq, the Qs actually flushed there, right? But the S&P really didn't move down much off of it, and the dip ended up being pretty viable off of that one. So we'll see how that goes into the rest of the day with all this other stuff going on. IWM just kind of working its way up pretty nicely here. We'll take a look at the banks in a little bit. They're pretty strong today. Let's take a look at Apple. So Apple's got earnings coming up too. Again, a little bit down off of that news earlier, or just that down move on the Qs earlier. Still kind of holding these levels. See if it gets any strength here for the rest of the day. Tesla. So Tesla's getting really tight right here. Looks like we have a double inside 15 trying to work its way down a little bit right here. But golly, this 15-15 level looks really important. So let's see how it holds right there. Really low volume, so it might just be a low volume pullback. Might get another move up on that. Let's take a look. What else? So BA earnings today. Pretty cool stuff, right? It was a nice short opportunity at the open. We looked at puts on this one. They were like $1. They got up to like $2 or something, or like $1.40. They got well over $2 on that one. So a couple little pullbacks on this one, but just kind of chopping around right here. I think they're still doing their conference call. So basically what they're saying is nothing good, right? I mean, there's struggles with their airplanes, not getting a lot of demand from airlines, all that stuff. So we'll see if this one. The Fed's really bad. Keep an eye on Boeing as a potential short opportunity going forward. We'll be watching it too. So interestingly enough, during the day, J.P. Morgan and Bank of America had a huge breakout move. Really impressive stuff here. I mean, it was just we pointed this out here. I mean, some big volume moves right here, really increasing, and just a huge move on J.P. Morgan and Bank of America, just out of nowhere. I mean, just was like, what? Where is this coming from? And so really, I mean, unless they're just getting ready for the Fed, or there's some something we don't know. That was a huge move on Bank of America to the upside today. Just incredible stuff. You don't see too many charts like that intraday, except for Tesla occasionally when they do something crazy. So, but yeah, we pointed this out in the group here. Earlier here today, like just around lunch, right when lunchtime was starting, somewhere around there. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at some chart requests out there. So let's look at SPCE. So SPCE got some downside follow through from yesterday. I love this one, guys. So this is one we traded this short yesterday, right? And it gave that's kind of like your wave 1. Here's your wave 2, and looks like we're working on wave 3, 4, and we might see another push to the downside on SPCE. It's got earnings coming up pretty soon as well. So keep an eye on that one. CGC. I tell you guys, we talked about this last night on the free live stream. I mean, this is just kind of the thing that you see here, right? With CGC, it just gives you this stuff. It gives you a big candle, and then it just kind of just blah, right? So it's tough. But see how it holds today. It's down 57 cents. I like the inside day. Let's see if that's gearing up for another move. We are contained by a larger macro triangle. AMD was a lot of blah today too. It got a great gap up this morning, so congratulations on there. But it really didn't give a momentum gap and go today. It got above these levels right here, but we just couldn't see any strength in any of these candles this morning. So we stayed out of it here this morning on AMD. Plus the market was a little bit weak too at the open, and it's just wasn't really worth messing with. Starbucks, another one with earnings too. So that had a decent move here. It's just kind of doji. Never, like we talked about yesterday, if you can't get over these levels, you might see a reversal. So we saw a little bit of a pullback on that one. And then finally, GDX. So GDX pretty interesting today. Actually had a pretty big. This is one of the our bearish radar ones where I gave an initial really big move down. Really just didn't stop at all. Finally did a retrace of a 382. Now let's see how it goes. Going into the Fed, so that could be interesting as well. So good stuff, guys. Really appreciate everybody's requests. Hope it was a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys after the Fed on the market wrap, and hope everybody has a good day and stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.